let's get started on the ingredients for these balls. We will need 3/4 cup of day-old crustless bread, 1/4 cup of milk, 1.5 cup grated Parmigiano Reggiano, half of a large onion, 2/3 cup fresh Italian parsley, 2 large eggs, 4 each garlic cloves, 2 teaspoon red pepper flake, 2 teaspoons salt, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1 pound of ground pork, 1 pound of ground veal, 6.5 pounds of bacon. Now I will mince my onion. Take off the top and bottom and cut it in half, peeling and then mincing as fine as you can. You can also use a box grater to grate the onion. Just remember, walk, don't run. For the bacon, you're going to want to make it a little bit more manageable. So stack everything up straight, cut in half, and this should be a lot easier on your knife. You're going to want to cut the bacon into fine strips and then turn everything 90 degrees and then cut everything into a mince. The bacon is going to add some nice smokiness to the meatballs. It's also going to add more fat from the bacon fat itself, which is always nice, and bacon's always delicious. Come on, who doesn't like bacon? For the bread, I've cut it into a small dice and I'm going to soak it in the milk. This will help add moisture to the balls, so we're going to give it a toss and then we'll set it aside for now. Now in a large bowl, we will add 1 pound of ground pork, 1 pound of ground veal, 6.5 ounces of our minced bacon, our milk-soaked bread cubes, 1.5 cups of grated Parmigiano Reggiano, 2/3 cup of our minced parsley, half of our minced onion, 2 large eggs, 2 teaspoons of red chili flakes, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 4 large garlic cloves, and yes, I'm using a garlic press. Thank you, Sam, the cooking guy. And with a gloved hand, or not, we mix. Just mix until just combined. Over mixing the meatballs will make them tough. We want these balls soft. Nobody wants to eat tough balls. To portion these balls, I am measuring out 2-ounce portions. To form the balls, I am tossing them back and forth in my hands to get more round shape. After we have all of our balls ready, we will dust them lightly in flour. This will help thicken the sauce and give the balls a better crust. Once all of your dusty balls are dusted, let them hang out in the fridge to firm up the fat. Overnight is best, but at least 2 hours will help out a lot. Firming up the fat is going to help the balls not fall apart while they're cooking. Nobody likes broken balls. Now to make the sauce. This is and excuse my Italian, tomato sauce. It consists of 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon black pepper, 2 28-ounce cans of crushed tomatoes. Heat a large stainless steel pan over high heat. Add in the olive oil, and once it is smoking, turn off the heat and dump in your 2 cans of tomato sauce. There's going to be a lot of spitting, popping. It's going to make a mess. This shouldn't last long. The pan is going to lose a lot of heat, but the intense heat is going to caramelize some of that tomato juice, which is what you want in your sauce. Add the rest of your ingredients, bring to a simmer, and simmer for 30 minutes, stirring occasionally. Please don't burn your tomato sauce. Now we bring everything together. Start by heating up a large pan over medium heat and add in some olive oil. When the oil starts to shimmer, add in your balls and sear until nice and brown. Turn and brown as much of the surface as possible on your balls. Try not to swirl the pan too much or the balls might stick and then tear. Nobody wants torn balls. Once all of your balls have been nice and seared and are brown, add in 4 cups of the passata di pomodoro. And if you have any leftover tomato sauce, you can always freeze it for another time. 4 cups of chicken stock, 3 bay leaf, 3 dried chili de arbol. Bring everything to a simmer, pop on a lid, and toss it into a 350-degree oven for 1 hour. Once the balls have been cooked, remove from the oven and let cool in the sauce for at least an hour. Think of it like braising a short rib. You don't want to eat the short rib right away. Yes, it'll be good, but it could be better later, because your ball will cool down and absorb some of that moisture back into itself. Not to say they wouldn't be good right now. To reheat your balls, just place them in a pan with sauce, heat over medium heat, and place in a 350-degree oven until hot throughout. For plating these balls, we're going to want to plate them in a bowl and top with a little bit of sauce over the top. A healthy sprinkling of Parmesan cheese and some torn basil or minced parsley to serve. This is great as a meal on itself, a starter, antipasto, on top of pasta, however you want, shredded into pizza. Now let's dig in.